What the frick is going on, guys? Welcome back to Let Us Review Cinema. My name is Trevor.
I'm Jonathan.
God! We didn't agree how we were doing this placement. How are we gonna do this?
The first time we practiced it, I went first. I am the co-founder. I freaking made the title of our channel. We do not exist without me. I'm going second. Thank you.
That's Jonathan. I'm Whittaker.
And let us review Sam Raimi's Send Help. But first, we got a couple segments we're gonna be getting into tonight. First up, y'all probably seen it before. We got hot takes. Y'all might be getting tired of it. Let us know down below in the comments. We got some spicy hot takes brewing up right now. That's a lovely mug, Whittaker.
It is. It's a broken finger mug from a family member, friend.
Bro, you're not supposed to tell them. They're supposed to comment on it.
My bad. It's whatever. I locked eyes with this.
Let us know. Let us know if I should do a different mug every day.
I thought we were redoing the intro because we messed that whole.
That's it.
That's it.
You wanted to
next time
start showing the viewers that we're just regular, ordinary people, and regular, ordinary people make mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, next time we're doing it right. That was the incorrect intro.
Let's jump into hot takes. I think
Facts.
Since I kind of just told them that we're doing hot takes like literally 5 minutes ago, I'll go ahead and start. That way they can cook up some hot takes. So, I'm sure all of us have seen all the Spider-Man movies, hopefully. I know Whittaker has. Mr. John, he has. So, you got Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland.
Yep.
In Tobey Maguire's, Uncle Ben dies. Andrew Garfield's Uncle Ben dies. In Tom Holland's, Aunt May dies. Now, Here's the kicker. Here's my hot take. I think that Andrew Garfield's Uncle Ben death is the saddest out of the three of them. And I think Tobey Maguire's Uncle Ben death is overrated. And I'm not stopping there. With great power comes great responsibility. The speech is done better in Andrew Garfield's movie.
Yeah. I don't know what your hot take is.
Oh,
okay.
Frick. I thought I was cooking that up all day because I knew we were filming.
I mean, when you've seen something so many times over and over again, it kind of gets stale. So, I mean, you're right.
You calling me stale?
Like, I don't know. Yeah, like bread, because you eat a lot of it.
Okay, I have my hot take.
Go ahead, John.
Now, this hot take segment that we are doing, it doesn't even have to be about movies, right?
Sure. I mean, we
run
a movie channel.
It could be about anything, right?
Preferably movies, but considering we run a movie channel, I'm sure we can talk about whatever.
Okay, fine.
No, it's whatever. It's whatever. What's your regular hot take?
My regular hot take, because I couldn't think of one about a movie, is that pineapple belongs on pizza.
That's not an unfair statement. That's a good statement. That's a perfect statement.
Cold takes, bro.
That's
grilled pineapple on pizza.
Grilled. Okay, hold up. Whoa, grilled. What are you? You're getting a little crazy now.
I've never had pineapple.
Have y'all ever had grilled pineapple?
I've never had pineapple on pizza in general.
It is the best thing you could ever put in your mouth.
Say that again.
You sure about that?
Oh, I'm sure.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. You're gonna probably have to cut some of this out.
Nah. So, Are we gonna continue the trend, Whittaker, of cold takes, or
No. I got something very controversial.
Spicy. Ooh.
Very, 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 very spicy. This is gonna be a little nostalgia throwback for y'all who were born before 2015. All right. There's a movie. I'm not sure if either one of you have seen it. I know probably Trevor has seen it. Real Steel.
Oh,
Real Steel.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
I got Trevor ready on this one. Real Steel. one of the worst robot movies ever created.
Frick you, Whittaker. Frick off, man.
Okay. Here's where I'm coming at with this. Ready? You have someone who's trying to make you watch the movie. Hugh Jackman. Right? Major interest of anybody who watches it. Hugh Jackman, right? That's it. You just have Hugh Jackman being a washed-up boxer. I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal could have done the performance better than Mr. Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman
as a boxer.
Actor.
Have you never seen Southpaw?
No, I haven't seen.
Have you never seen?
Have you seen Prisoners? They're both in Prisoners.
Yes, I know. That's my point.
That movie's peak.
That's my point. Gyllenhaal could have done it better.
But Hugh Jackman's better in that movie.
You know what? I gotta be honest. That was not my hot take. That was just something to rage bait you.
Okay, frick you.
Get baited. Get baited. Y'all really thought I was serious? Y'all thought I was serious about one of the greatest pieces of cinema in my lifetime? No.
I got the Xbox
my real hate
720 in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
Anyways, it has to do with Star Wars right now. It has to do with Star Wars. More importantly, Mandalorian and Grogu. I feel like the movie is going to be a flop.
Probably. Considering season 3 was kind of buns, I only got one episode into season 3, and it was already
not even the fact of the show. It's the fact that it was still made underneath Kathleen Kennedy and not Dave Filoni as being the president of Lucasfilm.
Ball sacks. That's not good.
That's my hot take. Is that it's not going to be good because of the fact that it was still under Kathleen Kennedy. But I did get you with the Real Steel one. I did get you with that. You were very much angry with me.
Yeah, I don't like you. But considering these are all kind of cold takes, I have another one that might be pretty spicy. I really hope so.
Do you? Do you?
John, have you seen the original 3 Star Wars movies with like Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader?
I've seen every Star Wars movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen every Star Wars movie.
Whittaker, have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Why is this a question? Why is this a question?
I don't know why I ask you. Return of the Jedi is the best of that trilogy, and A New Hope is one of the most boring movies I've ever seen. I knew it. Oh, bye, John. Hey, don't punch the screen. Turd.
You are out of your loving mind. You are so wrong.
No. Return of the
You did not just say that.
I almost said Return of the Jedi.
You did not just say that.
I did just say
You are
that.
out of your mind.
You are out of your freaking mind.
There's no way. No. Nope. Whatever. Let's just move on. I don't have the mental capacity.
No. I got some major beef with Trevor right now. I got some
I have plenty
generational
more
beef.
Star Wars hot takes.
I have
Shall we
generational
continue?
beef with this guy right now. I am guaranteeing you have not seen Attack of the Clones all the way through. I am 100% guaranteeing you have not seen it all the way through. Because if you have,
it's
you would know
definitely
it's
in the bottom half of all Star Wars movies, but it's not the worst.
It is the best. What are you talking
Did you say
about?
Attack of the Clones is the best?
Yes.
You do remember
Yes.
which one Attack of the Clones is, right?
Yes, it's the second one in the prequel series.
That might be hotter than what I said. You're done.
No, it's reasonable.
John, get him out of here. You don't have to get him out of here if you don't want to.
I would remove myself from this earth. If
That's crazy talk.
Shut up. You're wrong. You're wrong about Star Wars. Clearly,
Solo is a top 3 Star Wars movie.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm tired of this bullcrap.
Rey is a Skywalker. No, I'm joking. I'm joking about that. But the other takes, I full-heartedly believe. You can ask my older brother. I'm a defender of Return of the Jedi and Solo. I love Solo.
Nice.
God, you're gonna make me
Thank you, John.
freaking explode.
All right, next segment.
Next segment, we shall move into some movie news to hopefully calm us down. One of the biggest
Facts.
piece of news, apparently Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday and now Supergirl are not getting trailers at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Well, it's whatever. I mean, I'm gonna be at band rehearsal, so I'm not even gonna see the Super Bowl. Screw it.
Yeah. I have strong feelings about that because one, we have not even gotten the trailer for Brand New Day. It's supposed to come out in July. What the heck is up with
What's
that
that? That's
marketing
like
plan?
5 months away now.
What if they just didn't come out with the trailer?
That would suck balls. I need a trailer.
Okay, hot take. I think they shouldn't come out with a trailer for Brand New Day.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. I feel like they should just surprise us.
I think
But they
you
already
should
did,
open
though.
your window and jump out. That was for the bit. I don't.
We don't actually threaten each other.
No.
It's all.
No, we do.
It's
We
all,
do.
it's all
It's
through
all
the love
love.
of Christ. It's all
We do.
through the love of Christ.
They're lying, guys. They're lying. Do not believe them. They are lying.
We
threaten each
love
We are
other.
not lying.
other.
We
are
threaten
not
each other with
lying-
gay
We are
stuff.
not
That's
lying
what we-
about Jesus Christ. We love Jesus Christ.
We do.
Yes, we
Amen.
do. But we threaten each other with gay stuff.
But we're not into gay stuff.
But we're
Some of
not
us.
into gay.
Most of us aren't, except for one, Jonathan.
I got a girlfriend, bro.
So you're bisexual, whatever.
Ooh. Anyway, back to the movie news. I feel like the Super Bowl is the best spot to put any movie trailer, and even Doomsday. But even then, I still feel like it's way too early for a full-length trailer because the movie comes out in like 10 and a half months. There's no need for a full trailer when we just got 4 teasers.
What if they
Hear
are
me out.
though?
Hear
What
me
if they
out.
are like a secret trailer? Like they're saying like, oh, we're not gonna release a trailer. Boom, they release a trailer that day.
I'm gonna say this.
During the halftime show.
During any major sporting events or elections.
Well, what election
Everybody
will happen soon?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are tuned into the elections.
We got Trump for like another 3 years almost.
Let's not get political, guys. Let's not get into that scene.
Facts.
We're not gonna be that guy.
we don't get into politics.
Anyways, but it would be. They could be saying like they're not gonna do a trailer just like last year during the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar said they're not gonna be doing Not Like Us, and they did it anyway. So
Yeah, but
like.
that's different.
You know, it'd be so crazy though. This would be amazing and hilarious if during the middle of the halftime show with Bad Bunny, Robert Downey Jr. just pops up as Doom in the suit, like a
That
whole
would be
practical
funny.
suit.
And reveals
Dude, that
the
would be
suit.
that would be peak cinema. I mean, they could already have revealed the suit in some form in like the leaks.
Yeah, I say just cancel the halftime show and just get Robert Downey Jr. in.
But that would cause quite the stirrup if it did.
But,
Honestly.
but it's already
Bro, and
good.
then you gotta get that James Rhodes guy to get in there.
Don Cheadle,
Yeah, because he's still around.
Yeah.
he's frick Don Cheadle at this point with the whole
Oh, did you guys just spoil something?
No, he's very much alive. It's just
He's alive.
they haven't used him in a while.
Because a freaking secret invasion. Makes me
Okay.
freaking
Anyways,
stressed
that
out.
was a spoiler. Guys,
No, that's
for
not-
those of you who we're recording this now. I'm about to watch Thor after this, so that's why I'm trying to hurry it up.
Yeah.
It is currently freaking 8:43, and yeah, it's a school night. Well, I actually don't
Monday.
have school in the morning, but I have doctor's appointments tomorrow.
Yeah, let's blow by these segments real quick. Skip to what we need to get to.
Facts. Any more movie news that you have, Mr. Whittaker?
We did post on our story that they are going to be adding more villains that have not been revealed in Brand New Day, which is very like, okay, cool. Like, who are we thinking? Like Stiltman? Are we thinking the Leaper? Which we did get him
Big
in
Wheel.
Civil War. Freaking Big Wheel, it's crazy.
I
Is it
think
true that-
do what, Mr. Jonathan? You in the back of the
Oh, thanks.
classroom with your hand.
Thanks. Is it true that Sadie Sink signed a deal with Marvel to be the Spider Girl?
Well, it hasn't been revealed on who she's playing, but she is in Spider-Man: Brand New Day, and apparently she signed on for like 2 other movies too.
I think she might be in Doomsday.
I think she signed for Doomsday. Yeah.
Well, I saw
And
a
one other
thing that
project.
it was for Brand New Day, Secret Wars, and the X-Men movie that's coming out afterwards.
Bro, she's Jean Grey. Let's be so
I
for
don't
real.
think
She's gonna be Jean Grey.
Mainly because I've seen the leaked trailer and the
Yeah, we all
context
know why
clues,
she signed.
She's not Jean Grey.
Who do you think she is?
She's some like no-name character that nobody knows that like travels the multiverse and like something to do with Spider-Man. It's not Madam Web. I know that for sure.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
That would be a mess.
It'd be a really big mess.
That would be a really big
Next
mess.
segment.
Yeah, I feel like that's all the movie news. Mr. John, was there anything in Iron Man 2 that you want to see in Doomsday? Was there a character in there you want to see in there? Was there... Yeah. I was going to say, were there side
You
characters?
stole my bit. You stole my thing. It's the awkward
What? Oh,
and
you
every
do
single
that?
thing.
I didn't know that was your thing.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to make it. I'm trying to make it my thing now. You know.
I would like a hot take. I do not want to see Iron Man in Doomsday.
Good.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh.
What are we gonna stop rage baiting each other with these hot takes? Like seriously?
I feel like, bro, I have a vision. I want to see Pepper Potts in Doomsday.
Interesting.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And I want Pepper Potts to be the reason that the Dooms guy, is he a villain? Yeah, I want her to be Iron Girl and destroy Doom.
Oh, interesting. You had me in the first half,
cooked.
not gonna lie.
You cooked at the beginning and then you absolutely burned yourself at the end.
He's on the right track to what later happens.
I haven't seen enough Marvel movies. Maybe once I get halfway through, I'm like, whoa, like I could probably cook something up.
I think you did.
Because I'm only up. Oh, about Pepper Potts being in Doomsday?
I don't think she hasn't been confirmed, and I don't think I've heard anyone like ever talk about wanting her back in Doomsday. Because when did we last see her?
Endgame. Endgame was the last time we saw her.
Yeah, it was Endgame, and then she was, referenced in Far From Home because she signed the check for Feast, and that's all we got of her. Dude, it's been.
I want to see Pepper Potts do some great stuff in Doomsday.
It's been 7 years since we've seen her.
Man, she must be grandma status.
Well, Marty Supreme, she definitely was grandma-ish.
Yeah, she was in there.
She was in the H.
She was the
range.
girl that the rich lady, Mr. Wonderful's.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
The heck, man, she old.
Bro, you can't say that stuff. She watches our videos.
She's a woman, dude. Like you can't say that kind of stuff, man.
She's a fan. She watches our content.
Sorry.
She's gonna see that.
Anyways,
introducing the new segment. We're gonna call it This or That. Basically, it's kind of similar to King of the Hill. I'm gonna put you in a situation. It's gonna be like kind of like a versus battle. You're gonna tell me who's coming out on top.
okay.
All right, we'll say Iron Man from Iron Man 2 versus 100 Demogorgons. And they are inside that dome that they were in at the end of Iron Man 2. So he is pretty much contained in a way. He can still fly. He's got room to fly, but there's 100 of them. What do you think happens? How many do you think he can take out? Who's left standing?
Iron Man. Only because, hear me out. Because in Iron Man 2, towards the end of the final fight scene, he basically takes his laser thingies and spins around and chops all those robots in half, right?
Right.
So all he's gotta do is chop all the Demogorgons in half. All he has to do is do a full 360.
I'm so proud of you,
Oh yeah.
dude. You remembered that. I was gonna say the same thing, but we don't know how far the range of the lasers are. So
We don't know how far the range, and I'm pretty sure there's more Demogorgons than there were robots.
And
We don't know
he only gets the one use of them. He said that after he's like, yeah, it's only a
Right.
one-time thing. So if he uses them, he can't use them anymore.
Okay, well then he doesn't have to use them until he needs to use them.
But
the
do you think he can
Demogorgons
get to a point to where he'd have to use it, or do you think he could be dead already? Because those Demogorgons, we're talking season 5 Demogorgons. Those things are built different, bro. They're
bulletproof
units.
to 50 cal. That's
I feel
crazy.
like-
Literally.
No, because he has the 2 palm laser thingies, and then he has the chest laser thingy, and so I feel
Repulsors?
like
Repulsors?
yeah, those. Oh my god. I feel like I'm envisioning this. This is my scene. Iron Man. He's this. Iron Man's this thingy.
A bottle of lotion?
What is
No,
that?
it's cast iron cooking spray.
Why is that in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Because I brought it home and I just didn't put it in the kitchen
What else
yet.
do you use that for?
Nothing. Or I could use this. It's hair product.
Curl Sculpt. Sponsor us, please.
So your curls are fake?
No, they're real. They just enhance the curls.
Mine are real.
That's a
Everywhere.
wig.
Okay, listen.
Why was that
That's Iron Man.
necessary?
That's Iron Man. Continue.
Okay, this is Iron Man.
That's
and,
Iron
and
Man.
these and these
I
And
can't wait
these
to see this battle
are
play out.
the Demogorgon dog thingies.
No, they're not
So,
Demodogs. They're Demogorgons.
Demogorgons.
Fully grown,
So,
season 5.
you have this-
he's
you have this thing, right?
surrounded. He's surrounded.
Okay, let's add a few more.
Are those pickles? What?
Now I know why he needs the cooking spray.
You're just exposing yourself for sk activity.
Jonathan,
bro.
you're
Okay.
incriminating
Okay.
yourself so
So-
badly.
So if let's say like imagine this is 100 of those Demogorgons. I imagine they're coming in waves. So in that case, Iron Man can 100% just destroy it. So he can go boom, boom, like that, right? But if they're all coming at here, but what if they're all coming together, right? All he has to do is that.
Easier said than done.
Voila.
Voila. Okay. How many Demogorgons do you think it'll take until he can't handle them, and then ends up getting killed?
Well, it depends on how are these Demogorgons attacking?
We'll say all at once.
Okay, all he has to do is do a 360 thing and use his laser pointers.
What if they
His
jump
laser
before the
pointers.
lasers gets to them? What if he jumps what if they all jump in the air at the same time before the lasers can get them like a jump rope?
Then he just wasted his only laser.
Yeah, well, Iron Man's smart enough to not do that. So
That's true. Good job, John.
I say Iron Man's cooked.
Okay,
like a reasonable
let's
person.
hear your stance.
yeah.
John was the defense attorney.
Leave. You're
And-
incorrect.
Whittaker's the prosecutor.
I'll use something a little bit more sophisticated than pickles and cooking spray. All right.
Let's see it.
I will be using Lego minifigure. Nike. Doesn't matter who he is. Inconsistent. Oh, actually, I got actual Iron Man right here. Here, that is better
Yo.
representation. Better representation right here.
John's
all right.
dead.
Yeah, John is cooked beyond belief. Regular Iron Man let's say my finger is about the size of a Demogorgon. He's about 8 feet tall, right? 100 of 8 feet tall monsters compared to one man in a tin can suit, right? He's cooked beyond belief. This is season 5 Demogorgons we're talking about. They're not season 1 where you can take them out with a shotgun and a fire trap. Just not it.
You're wrong. I have further explanation.
But the Demogorgon was able to take out Ted Walkham Down Wheeler, so they are they are units on the field, bro.
Exactly.
No. If Iron Man were trapped and was surrounded in a circle, all he would have to do is fly away for a second, reposition himself to get a better angle. Those Demogorgons can only travel so far and so high up.
But they could
they're
crawl
fast.
on the dome after him. Do you think he would be quick enough to knock them all out before one reaches him?
Have you not seen how fast he flies in Iron Man?
But he's confined in that dome.
How fast does he fly, Jonathan? Tell me, how fast does he fly?
I don't know. Fast?
You lost your case. I win. Judge, get this case over with. Next, this or that.
Next case.
Oh my God! Not again. Not again. We gotta block him from leaving. He'll be back in a couple seconds. Oh, there he is.
Hey. Anyways, next one. We got the Incredible Hulk from the Incredible Hulk movie. So you know, the one using a cop car as punching gloves. Pretty much a unit on the field. Versus the Mind Flayer Spider at the end of season 5.
What is this? Is this like what? You've got to have better situations. This is a no-brainer.
All right, then what's the answer?
Hulk. That's it. Hulk is the strongest there is.
Mind Flayer.
What?
We're talking about season 5 of Stranger Things, correct? The big.
This thing was taken out with a bunch of kids.
I will
What
say.
do you think the Hulk's gonna do to it?
It was all
In
scripted.
this death match, Vecna is not there, so Hulk can't go inside to hurt Vecna to hurt the Mind Flayer. No hive mind.
Hulk still wins. Hulk
You know how
wins.
incredibly. Okay, how does the Hulk win?
Hulk wins by tearing this thing limb from limb.
You know how
You literally
huge
took out
that
a
thing
gun-
is? He can't
we're
even wrap his
talking-
arms around it.
We're
You can
talking
still-
about. Wait, we're talking about the big Mind Flayer at the very end, final season 5, right?
My point still stands.
Have you not seen how massive that thing was?
Have you not seen how massive that Hulk can be? He's bigger in the 2008 Hulk movie than he is in the Avengers. He's bigger.
Okay.
Stronger. Faster.
I want you. You know
Angrier.
what, Trevor? I know. You know what? I want you to. Okay, you're gonna put this right here. Here in a second. I'm gonna give you homework. Right here. You're going to look up on ChatGPT image generator, and you're going to type in, put Incredible Hulk right next to the Mind Flayer and compare the sizes.
Just do who would win. At that point,
And
just Google who would
You can
win.
even make a video. You can even make an animation video from AI and be like, give me a battle between these two and surprise me who wins. And that's how we'll decide.
I'll pop up who wins.
Yeah.
Well, how are we gonna know?
You'll have to watch the video. Yeah, I know you don't watch our videos, Whittaker.
I do watch our videos to a certain point where everything's funny, and that's not so funny no more. But shout out to Soren Lomelli, who actually does watch our videos. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you.
That's your church friend, right?
Yeah, it's my church friend. Yeah, he knows who he is.
Soren, shout out to you. You're a real one to the community. I don't know why I did that. I don't.
What do you? That's at that point you might as well just see Kyle. I said what I said.
Okay. I have a hot take. Not hot
Oh
take.
my God.
I have a scene. I have a scene. I have a scene.
Okay.
I got a scenario.
Okay. I'm excited to jump in on this.
I'm not.
Ready?
Oh yeah, we're ready.
No.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Okay. We're going to take 111s from 111s from Stranger Things.
Which season?
We're taking 111s from Stranger Things season 5. Season 5 11.
Okay.
Her
She's kind of
against the
nerfed in
Incredible
that
Hulk.
season anyway.
Her against the Incredible Hulk.
What?
Oh,
It's
what?
11.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Come
facts.
on,
So
dude.
bad. I was not cooking.
The suspense, you killed me, bro.
Okay. What if I chose Iron Man?
Hulk is beating Iron Man.
No. 11 against Iron Man.
11.
Yeah,
It's 11.
You're not cooking.
This is why I don't choose the scenarios. I just kind of sit back and relax.
You kind of just sit back and give the worst hot take you can possibly give.
I will think of scenarios throughout the week.
All
They
right.
better be good ones. And you better fact check these scenarios with ChatGPT.
I got one.
I will not be
I
answering.
got it.
I got one.
All right. This is the last one. Then we got to keep moving on.
We got Captain America without his shield. Okay, so just straight fists, no weapons, straight fist. Versus the entire defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Captain America, easily.
Okay, that one kind of lacked. Captain America.
Okay.
I was about to say.
What if it's
The
defensive line of the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys versus Captain America?
Cowboys.
The
Captain America.
Glaze.
You guys don't. Okay, that doesn't even. That doesn't matter because Captain America has powers outside of just having a shield.
But you got like
It's
30 people ganging up on him. And
you
they're
know
all
what's
football
crazy
players.
though, Jonathan.
Go ahead.
Jonathan, I know how much you are.
That's true.
Jonathan, I know how much you're very much a dedicated Eagles fan. I'm about to break your harbor here. How much do you love the Avengers?
I do. I like the Avengers.
How much though?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, like, a 10. I like them. I don't really know what like in relative.
I don't know.
I'm about to break your. I'm about to break your heart, Jonathan. The Avengers don't like you because you're an Eagles fan. They had a comic book series with the Cowboys for a couple issues. Not with the Eagles, not with any other team, just the Cowboys. They don't like you, John. They don't like your team. They don't like your type of Eagles fandom. So in return, you may like them, but they don't like you. That's why the Cowboys will always be better.
So what you're saying is that the Cowboys are going to dip from the Eagles and join forces with Captain America.
Exactly.
That's a good point. I don't know where John went.
Yeah, he's about to go.
No one likes us. We don't care.
Bro, it seems like he cares.
Bro's spitting facts like always.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a cool little segue. What's the next segment, Trevor?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Jonathan. We're going to need you here for this one. We're going to be reviewing Iron Man 2. Since John is not here, Mr. Whittaker, why don't you go ahead and give us your score?
I'm here.
Well, I want you to give your score last anyway. But
Yeah.
Mr. Whittaker, go ahead.
Iron Man 2, I'd have to give this movie a solid 7.8 out of 10.
Interesting.
7.8.
I'll go... I'm kind of around that range, but just not to give the same exact number. I'll just go 7.95.
Okay.
I'll go 8.2. I'll go 8.2.
Nice. All around the same range.
It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't the worst either.
There's a lot of Marvel movies like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm probably gonna be doing 8.2 for the rest of the series.
All right, who wants to get into it? Who wants to go over
I'll
why
get
they
into
rated what? Go ahead, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I mean, after all, I am the co-founder of Let's Review Cinema. So
This
And
guy,
did,
shut up.
You did come up with the name.
I did. My name is Jonathan. I am the co-founder of Let's Review Cinema, and our channel doesn't exist without me, especially the name. Just saying. Anyways,
That's true.
yeah, I liked it. I thought there was a lot of good cinematic elements to the thing. One being when obviously the villain is gets to the racetrack and he all those cars explode, peak stuff. It reminded me of the scene from Iron Man 1 when the tank explodes and Iron Man is walking away. Peak stuff. I also really enjoyed. I don't know. I thought the final fight scene the final scene of the movie was also really cool, only because, when Iron Man and his friend, the James Rhodey guy, that's his actual name, I think, but, anyways, when the villain has them in the chokehold per se, they take their pulse thing and go like that, and then it creates this big nuclear bomb, practically, and they go kaboom.
Kaboom indeed.
Well said,
And
John.
so I feel like, I don't know. Actually, I kind of remember thinking this whenever I was like the beginning, whenever they're at that big show thing, and like people will now know that he is Iron Man and stuff. I feel like, yes, he was like, the truth is I am Iron Man from the last scene in Iron Man 1. However, I don't know, I guess the way he revealed himself as Iron Man, like it's one thing to say that you're somebody, but it's another thing to like how you reveal that to like a community of people. And I don't know, it's just like he went from, he was, in my opinion, there should have been a different way to reveal it. That's just my personal take. I feel like it could have been something more mysterious in a way. I know he literally announced it to the media at the end of Iron Man 1, but in my opinion, I felt like, don't get me wrong, being at a big show and everything, hyping it all up, very cool, very cool, but this is not how I kind of imagined it going.
Well, the show at the beginning of the second movie, that wasn't like him being like, this is my first time being around people after announcing I was Iron Man, because that was like 9 months after, I think, like 3 to 9 months after, and I think that event was for him like announcing that they're reopening the Stark Expo, which shows off all of like Stark's new technology that he's coming out with.
Well, in that case, I feel, because after he says that I am Iron Man, that's the end of the movie. The end of, and they fast forward 9 months. I guess maybe an element that I wish there was, and maybe there is something that I don't know with movies that I'm gonna see in the future. I just kind of wish we saw that. I guess I wish there wasn't a 9-month gap. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to word that. Okay. But because they're like reopening everything, that's just my personal opinion. And yeah,
Took a while.
Yeah, I mean it's a little tough to like I guess make the sequel of a movie take place immediately after, since that movie came out like 2 to 3 years after the first one did. So it's kind of hard to play that unless you're like Spider-Man No Way Home and you literally pick up right where the second one ended. But I don't know, I feel like, because the opening of the second one happens at the same time as the end of the first one. It's where like the villain and his dad they're like reacting to the news, and then
Yeah.
and then it does the 9 month or like however long the gap was. It does that jump.
9 months later. Yeah, 9 months
just
later.
to kind
yeah.
of show what Tony Stark's still up to. You know, he's still Iron Man, still with Pepper, still running
That is
Stark
true.
Industries in a way before handing it over to Pepper. In a very
Okay, then my
nonchalant
opinions,
way.
I guess, just don't matter then. Gosh, I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Whatever.
Anyways, Trevor, what did you feel about the movie? What brought it down? What brought it up?
I do have one question to ask John, and it's something I'm really excited about when he brought up the Monaco race. John, what was your reaction to seeing him suit up in the briefcase on the racetrack?
No, that was sick.
Yeah,
That was
man,
so cool.
yeah.
That was peak.
That's probably my favorite part out of the movie, honestly. I really like
Yeah,
the fight, but
I don't know, it's like so. It frustrates me sometimes that this is a fictional series. Like, what if you could become Iron Man? Like I was honestly, like, I was legitimately thinking about looking on Amazon to buying an Iron Man suit. Like, I don't even know, dude. Like, what if you could act like? Okay, no, think. Just use
hear
your
it.
imagination.
let's hear it.
Whittaker's probably like, Jonathan, you're absolutely insane.
Did you know
It's
that Elon
2026.
Musk was in that movie, John?
I was
I
gonna
looked
say
at-
something
I-
about it, but you freaking
I
took
looked
it out of
up-
my mouth.
All right,
I
go on,
looked
John.
up the cast, and I looked up the cast, and I saw that Elon Musk was in the cast. But who did he play?
Himself.
Himself.
When Tony first gets to the Monaco race, it's kind of in the background, but he turns and like shakes his hand with someone, and that's Elon Musk because he calls him Elon.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I look up the cast just so that I can get familiar with some of the actors and everything, because obviously I don't know actors. What was I gonna say? Okay, that's 2026. We have AI. We have technology is booming. What do y'all think it's possible for at some point that we could get technology to make a Marvel suit?
Not anytime soon, but I do think we're pretty close to getting like Jarvis in a way. Because we already have like the Alexa, we already have Siri, we've got AI now.
Like-
Literally just blend them all together.
We literally have robots.
Elon Musk is supposed to be producing like a million robots a year moving forward. Like Tesla robots.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, can y'all imagine if they made it to where humans could be Spider-Man?
Okay, that's not happening. Anyway, what
You don't
I
think
thought
that, you
about
don't think
this
that could ever?
movie-
You don't think? No, genuinely think. Like, with the science that we could probably have, with the technology that we could probably have, like, obviously there won't be any webs coming out of our skin because that's just not scientifically, like, possible. I'm just saying, like, I have fantasies. I have my fantasies.
You worded that way too weirdly. It's hard to take this conversation seriously considering we're all in suits, and this feels like a business pitch from John's end.
I feel. Hey, comment down below if y'all want us to wear a suit. Do y'all like the fits? I just got this. I just got this blazer, and we were gonna prank Whittaker, and we showed up with just the suits on. Do y'all like the fits?
Dude,
Comment down below what
I
we
do
should
think
wear.
it'd be really fun to just wear suits from here on out. But anyways,
That would be.
what I thought about the movie.
Bro, suits with sunglasses? Ooh.
Ooh. What I thought about the movie. I thought it was a really great sequel. I do feel like this movie is way overhated. A lot of people talk about the second Iron Man movie and the third Iron Man movie, and like, these sequels suck. Only because they're comparing it to the first one, which is literally the definition of absolute cinema. And they just overlook these two movies with how great they are. Sure, it's got its problems. I prefer Don Cheadle as Rhodey over Terrence Howard. I know there's a few people here and there that are like, they should have kept Terrence Howard. And I'm like, no. Terrence Howard's Rhodey was too close to how Tony Stark acts, in my opinion. This movie introduced Natalie Rushman, a.k.a. Natasha Romanoff, a.k.a. Black Widow. She is peak. She's probably at some of her best in this movie with that hallway fight scene. If I'm not mistaken. It's pretty peak. Happy Hogan is peak as always in this movie. I feel like there's not a bad movie that Happy Hogan has been in.
Anyways, back to my fantasies. So I feel like no, hear me out. Hear me out. Could y'all imagine like
You look like
let's
Mr.
say 20
Worldwide.
No, hear me out. No. 20 years from now, do y'all think we could have an Iron Man suit that is actually functional?
For the public, heck to the no.
I don't think it'll ever
Heck
be
to
available
no.
to the public. I feel like it's possible, but it's not going to be as good looking as the Iron Man suit is. It's going to be some heavy, bulky thing with like a jet engine on the bottom of it.
I'll tell you how it's going to turn out. It's going to turn out the exact same way that Hammer Industries try to create it, and someone's going to come back with a fractured spine. That was also mentioned in Doctor Strange. Fun fact, the whole spine incident whenever he was about to drive over to the fancy dinner restaurant. Anyways, there's no conceivable way that would just be something that is going to be in the next 20 years, because we've had people during the 80s who said 2015 we were going to have flying cars. It's been quite a couple years since 2015. Yeah. Exactly. So, in short, I do think it's plausible. Do I think it's probable? No, not probable.
Do y'all think we could ever have a robot president?
What are we doing? We're not even talking about the movies anymore.
That was just a dumb
Trevor,
thought.
back to your thoughts.
No, I'm joking.
Sorry,
Trevor. Back to your thoughts, Trevor.
I feel like this movie, I feel like phase 1 of Marvel, which, if you don't know, John, is from Iron Man 1 to the first Avengers movie. That's considered phase 1. I feel like they did probably the best in its like interconnectivity with each movie, because you got Phil Coulson in this movie says literally a throwaway line. He's like, I've got to go to New Mexico for something. And spoiler alert, John, you'll see him in the Thor movie. He's pretty cool. Nick Fury's great as always. That scene when Tony watches the film of his dad basically saying like, yo, I know like I haven't really been present in your life, but don't think that I don't love you. Like you are my greatest creation, he says. And it's literally like, that's probably one of the most like the best tearjerker scene in Marvel, if I'm not gonna lie.
Facts.
It's beautiful.
Facts.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of my main points. Mr. Whittaker, you in the back of the classroom. What do you got to say?
Oh, so I moved to the front of the classroom. Let's go.
You're about to be moved back, sir. I'm about to remove you from your desk. Let's get off 3 major points of why this movie was great. Number 1, Sam freaking Rockwell as Justin Hammer. Peak acting performance for him. And I love seeing him in anything. He makes me laugh. He makes me cry. He makes me cringe. All the best things an actor could want being a comedic actor.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect guy they could have used for that without having to use a major name. So that's good. Number 2, the cinematography of action and fighting was great. I loved it because it was actually keying into those moments of action that we kind of missed during Iron Man 1 and giving him more structured, okay, like Iron Man knows how to fight, obviously giving him the background that he's had Tai Chi or whatever fighting methods he's been practicing with Happy and all that kind of stuff. So because he's actually trying to fight, because this is something he's actually trying to be more serious about, defending the world from people. Third reason why this movie also works is because it's structured in a way that makes sense, to where there's a direct villain. They're not having to try to get around on who's this big bad, like the Mandarin and the first Iron Man, all that kind of stuff. So it was actually structured from the beginning. The parts that sucked in this movie, first of all, freaking Whiplash, Ivan Vanko was just like one of the most just like non-verbal villains I've ever seen. Just
I want my board. I want my
board. Like, honestly, it was like this guy's not even vocal for like just half of the movie, and he's very just like silent, which I didn't really like. The prison break scene was just really unnecessary. Just like the whole way they executed that with the potato bomb. But like, come on, at least be a little bit more creative with Justin Hammer hiring like a hitman or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. The third is like the way that they killed him off is like kill loose. Like
You're
bro did
loose.
just took on you took on a whole atomic bomb. You should not be saying you loose and then blowing yourself up. Like
Yeah,
you
he
just
was
took the
literally
entire.
right in the middle of it too.
It's like you should be dead already. You should be gone.
Yeah.
Why are you saying you loose? Like
You're loose. I did
you
feel like
just lost.
he had an incredible bar when he was in the prison when he said, "If you can make God bleed, then people will cease to believe in him."
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I
also
don't believe you can make God bleed. I don't believe that, but
I do not believe I don't also believe there's going to be another scene like the Monaco scene where he burns through the jumpsuit and has all that
the
there.
aura, bro.
The aura. The villains were aura farming back then, back in the early
Yeah.
2000s.
Even if they were
Villains
badly written, they knew how to aura farm.
they knew how to aura farm. Like he was on that level of just being a bad ass, just on that level.
About what? This is the favorite
what?
channel?
Sorry, bad booty cheek.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's how you talk to men.
Anyways, but that's what I liked. That's what I didn't like. That's the reason. That was short and condensed, John, on a single wavelength, on a single thought, not all over the place. Do you think we're gonna get Iron Man suits in like 20 years? Like
He's got a good point though.
It
He's
is
got a good
something.
point.
It is something for the audience
It's
to
his fantasy.
ponder upon.
It's his fantasy.
Let me have my fantasies, Whittaker.
John, I have a question for
No.
you.
What, Trevor? Yes, you, sir, in the very back. Yes, you, right over there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. My question for you is, out of the three main villains you have seen so far, you got Obadiah Stane in Iron Man 1, Abomination in The Incredible Hulk, and then you got Whiplash in Iron Man 2. Which one's your favorite? I want you to rank them and give me your reasons.
short reasons, please.
Yeah, me and Whittaker still have to review two things after this. Unless you want to do it a different day, but we'll figure it out.
No, I'll be quick. I'm gonna go. The Iron Man 1 villain. How do you pronounce his name?
Obadiah Stane.
Obadiah Stane. Okay, Obadiah Stane's my favorite. Whiplash is coming in second, and then the one from Incredible Hulk. Yeah.
Abomination. That's actually
That's
good
pretty
list.
solid. I would say, yeah, for me, the ranking of that, I'd have to say, yeah, I'd have to go the same way. Like, I'd say Abomination's at the very bottom of the list because they made him so comedic in that entire movie. Like, freaking guy was taking a butt whooping from the Hulk being kicked into a tree trunk.
Facts.
Like very bottom of the list. Didn't really even kill anybody. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I feel like my main thing when y'all were ranking that, I was like, as long as y'all have Obadiah Stane at the top, I don't care what the rest of your list is because that's literally the right list. But yeah, I have Obadiah Stane. It's hard to rank the other two because with Abomination, you had him before he turned into Abomination. And he's still technically the villain, and he's pretty peak. But with Whiplash's aura farming, you know, that puts him way above. Like, Abomination never aura farms in that. Besides when he's like, "Give me a real fight," and then just
Yeah, we
kills the
gotta
cops.
get some aura farmers up in here. Come on now.
There's plenty of them, bro. Loki.
we got freaking Doom coming up too. The aura that Doom is going to be bringing, dude. If they don't start with MF Doom's songs in the like the panels, it's not. It would be for naught. It was like if you had the opportunity to make something that's great, that's cheesy, and that fans would love, but at the same time, like I kind of hope they don't. Like maybe if it's like a post-credit song,
That's
would
gonna be
fun.
the song in the Marvel intro.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that in Doomsday Avengers, it's supposed to be one of the best intro scenes out of any Marvel movie ever created?
Apparently it's gonna start with the Sentinels wiping out all the X-Men. and that's gonna be.
You know what's so funny that I'm thinking about? They're probably gonna kill off all those X-Men people in the first like 2 minutes. Like it's not gonna be a thing of like, oh, we're getting James Marsden or maybe getting a few of them, but we're not getting all of them surviving. Like that's what I'm thinking. It's like it's gonna be a flashback to Logan having that memory of him in the suit, and they're all dying. None of them surviving. That's what I'm thinking. I could be completely wrong, but that would be probably the most reasonable thing that they're doing with all those people.
I agree.
Or picking other people from other universes where they're in their comic accurate suits. That would make sense.
Yeah, I feel like all the X-Men in this movie will come from the same universe, like Beast's universe in the end of the Marvels. I feel like that's all that X-Men, but I feel like the Wolverine we have in Deadpool and Wolverine is not from that universe.
Yeah.
But I feel like the suits that they have look the same in his universe, so he'll like disassociate himself with Scott and
or become a next anchor being or something. I don't know. We'll figure out what happens.
Yeah.
What do we got next, Trevor?
Me and Whittaker do have to review movies, or one movie and one show.
Sounds good. All right, peace out, everybody.
Welcome back, I guess, to Let Us Review Cinema. We're missing a member. We're missing John because he has not seen the two things we are reviewing. First up, Wonder Man, Marvel's newest show. And
wait, hold on. Wait, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
are we going to do two different things, or are we doing a separate segment of a recording just for me and you?
Because
I thought we were going to do two separate bits.
I'm going to edit this at the very end of the Iron Man 2 edit. Okay. So when John leaves the call, like what just happened, it's just going to cut to this right now. It's not going to be two different videos.
Okay. But on YouTube it will be. No? I think it should be two different videos for YouTube, though. Like, what the Pennywise looking... All
right, whatever, man.
We got going on.
Whatever.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
It's cool.
We have I'm not trying to put more work on you, but I will put more work on you because I know you can handle it. If we do just 3 videos, we have it cutting to Wonder Man as part of the discussion for the episode, but we also have it as a separate episode, and we have Send Help as a different episode.
Oh, I see.
If you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Not just like 2 separate videos, but 3 videos in total.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So one with all of it, and then one just Wonder Man, one just Send Help.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What do you think I was talking about?
The pod episode, like the big one, isn't even going to include this, but I get what you mean now.
Okay, now that makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm glad your one brain cell could get that through your head.
Yeah, whatever. Welcome back again to Let Us Review Cinema. Today we are missing a member. Our dearly beloved Jonathan Patrick Nepper.
He didn't die, man. He's not dead.
He's not dead. I thought I should set that straight. We're reviewing something without him because he has not seen it. We are reviewing Wonder Man. It is Marvel's newest TV show. Simon Williams, Trevor Slattery. The gang's back together, guys. I think Whittaker wants to start.
I mean, the gang, they were never apart.
Yeah,
so
they
when
were
you
never
mean the
together.
gang's back
I just meant like Trevor's back. Trevor Slattery's back.
Is that you only relate to his character because his name is also Trevor?
Same name, yeah.
Same name? Oh, that's fair. I mean, I'm sure if they had a character named Whittaker, I would also relate to that character a lot too. But there's not a character name where the first name has been Whittaker, always last name. But regardless, writers put people's names at first for Whittaker, not last. But
take notes.
Let's get into Wonder Man. What a bombshell of a show, dude. Like, out of left field, everyone was like, this is going to be awful. Like, this does not look good. Because for me, watching the original trailers, whenever it was first coming out, it gave a lot of She-Hulk vibes. I don't know if you caught that. But a lot of the same cinematics as She-Hulk, a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what made me nervous at first. But now, watching the show, watching all the things about how beautiful, and actually how it followed the whole process of how movies should be made. Like, this was a cinephile's wet dream. I'm not going to lie. This was everybody who ever looks into film, who has a degree in film, who has no job because of their film degree. Sorry, a little too personal. I'm sorry. Trevor, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can't believe you.
Well, you don't have to. You can believe the facts. It's just a great show. It's just a wonderful show altogether. What a great, just like a great masterpiece of something that's so beautifully crafted and so wonderfully made for the people who actually understand how movies are made, all that kind of stuff. Even for the people who are wanting to be up and coming actors. Not like myself. I don't want to be an actor, but I did want to be one growing up. But overall, great movie, or not great movie, great show, great quality show that was wonderful. That was absolutely a blast to watch. And might we also mention the fact, how freaking cool was that Josh Gad episode? Like, completely unnecessary, but worked. Just worked. It just like... And also the fact, Harper, my brother, he was also talking to me about, like, dude, why is this just in black and white? I'm like, because it's a flashback. And if you've never ever seen a movie with, like, black and white flashbacks, like, it's kind of stupid. Like, why don't they just bring the color? Because I'm like, that brings the entire flashback part of it out of the story. So, that entire episode was wonderful. Josh Gad, awesome performance. He should get an award for the entire part because he was just playing himself. So, that was absolutely great. But
dude, I loved.
That's my thoughts
in the club, and he's just singing the Frozen song in
exactly.
summer.
Bees will buzz, kids will blow dandelion. It's just like so.
He's like, we're melting,
we're melting, biatches. just the entire time, and it's just so funny. But I like how they go into the character, the doorman psychology of him being a hero and an actor. That was also another thing I really liked, where they dug into that mental process, because Doorman's not really a really well-known character because of the fact that he's part of a really bad version of the Thunderbolts. Like, they have a version of Mr. Fantastic, and that we're called Mr. like Flatman or something like that. It's not really supposed to be someone that's supposed to be taken seriously, but overall they had a great usage of characters that are not known, that are mentioned in a TV show, that are just like good referencing to the original comics, all that kind of stuff. So I loved it. That's my thoughts. I'm going to let Trevor speak because I'm sure he's got a lot to say about it too.
Yeah, Doorman's his origin was kind of sad.
It was.
I didn't expect to get emotional during that, but anyways, this show was great. It's definitely I was talking to Whittaker about this a while ago. I'd say a while ago. It was like last night. It reminded me of a lot about Thunderbolts, where as in it's a Marvel project with like unknown characters or not widely popular characters that deal with like real life like struggles, real life topics. Like Thunderbolts dealt with depression, not feeling like you're good enough, and this one felt like it dealt a lot with like insecurities, and especially like, you know, for people in the film industry, but also just in your everyday life, because there's literally a scene which might be like probably the best scene in the movie. I say movie, it's a TV show. Anyways, I don't want to spoil it, but
we'll get into spoilers in a bit. Yeah, but
it was pretty peak.
I will say, watching this, and Daniel Destin Cretton, is that how you say his name? Daniel Destin Cretton?
Daniel Cretton.
Destin Daniel Cretton. My bad. I still had the right names, just not in the right order. Seeing this and what it could be in a TV show makes me super excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Mm-hmm. I feel like recently that Marvel has been cooking with this idea of, hey, since these really good directors are making really good movies, let's put them in let's make them do TV shows so that we can show their work beyond just movies. And so I think it's just a wonderful marketing tool for them, showing their work to actually be a good product of what they are making. Also, I loved how they just kind of did it very bare bones. Like, they didn't have to try to do anything very extravagant for camera angles or anything like that. But that scene where he's screaming out of agony after he finds out the betrayal, but we won't get into all to that.
That was the scene I was talking about. Yeah.
That is the greatest scene out of the entire thing. Like, that whole shot is so great because it's just if you know cinematography, you know how difficult it is to get that shot, because of the fact that you have a camera that's strapped to somebody's body, and it's a process of trying to make sure it's actually still, but it's also moving along, all that kind of stuff. Just great. Absolutely loved it. for anybody who's in Hollywood or anything like that, I'm sure that's a lot of life that they can relate to, and something for people who actually appreciate movies on a deeper level like we do. I just loved it. I just loved how it was an actual love letter to the fans of cinematography and movies and as a whole. So I think it was great. Why are you putting the shades on, man?
I don't know.
Like,
Go on.
that's so unnecessary. Was there anything about the show, Trevor, that you did not like about the show? I don't really have much, but I had like one little grim and gripe.
I feel like so if you're going into the show expecting like an action-packed show, you'll be disappointed. There's one action scene and then another one that can kind of be considered something to do with action, not really. So there's not a whole lot of that in there, which, yeah, just don't go into that with that expectation. And I don't know, I feel like even that one action scene, it wasn't like impressive in a way, if that makes sense. Like, it was an impressive fight scene considering this is the guy that's doing Brand New Day and the guy that did Shang-Chi. That doesn't like make me feel worse about Brand New Day, but that's just something that I was hoping for, was a little bit more action. But this is really a self-contained story about struggling to be an actor, struggling to make it in Hollywood. And then you have the experienced theatrical guy that, tries to help him along the way. But
yeah,
as far as, I really can't think of one specific thing besides the lack of action that I would consider a negative. There's probably way too many positives I have, but not a whole lot of negatives. One positive I did want to bring up, though, was I like how his mom and his older brother, they both represented kind of like the angel on your shoulder and the devil on your shoulder. Like, the mom is like what a mom does, is like they're like the super supportive one, like, hey, like, you're giving it your all, just keep chasing your dreams, you'll get there one day. And then the brother is like, dude, you've been like going after this, you've been exhausting yourself, you've been seeing failure after failure, I think like you got to learn when to quit. And I didn't think, especially with like the past Marvel shows, as much as I love Ironheart, the side characters in that show do suck nuts. Like, they are terrible. But one thing I did appreciate about this show is that I actually cared for all the side characters. Even Von Kovac, I freaking loved him, bro.
Yeah. Do you think that, before I get my negatives, do you think that there will be a season 2 of this show?
I hope so. And I would be totally fine, especially with the now, I guess, having seen that there's not a whole lot of action, I would also be fine if a season 2 didn't have any action, if it was his own self-contained story again. I do feel like it's very possible to get a season 2. I don't think it's going to happen before Secret Wars, though. It's definitely something that's post-Secret Wars in the Mutant Saga or whatever.
I do agree. My negative does have to kind of go with the show itself and the kind of the purpose of the show. I'm really tired of these standalone stories that are not tying into anything. Like, sure, you have some reference of Shang-Chi with Trevor Slattery coming back to America, and the agent who was also in the Marvels. Or no, was it Captain Marvel or just the Marvels? I can't remember. He was also in one other project, which was She-Hulk.
He was in No Way Home and then Miss Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. That's my only grim and gripe I have about this, is that it's very much tying characters to the bigger part of the series, but not really having much direction to go to where it builds up. That's the only grim and gripe I have about this. Because, sure, it was great that we got to see the Maximum Prism again, that we saw in She-Hulk. That was great. I loved seeing that, and I loved the whole last scene that they have where, he's flying out of the building, all that kind of stuff. I love that. The only thing I find it very hard to see a reason like why they're getting involved with this if they have no major villain. Like, it's like She-Hulk. That's the vibe I got. I knew there was not really going to be a major villain in this part because that's just like, that's what I think we've grown so accustomed to nowadays with villain movies. Like, there's a hero and there's a villain, and they're always going to be at odds. That's another thing that I was like, okay, I'm kind of happy that there's not a main villain to try to fight with, like Tatiana, or not Titania. Is that what her name is in She-Hulk? it's like there was something there, but it's like it was very, very short lived, not really that big of a cost. And I'm glad they kind of steered away from that because they could have done so much with having like Wonder Man having a major villain or whatever. But I did like how they focus on it just being Simon Williams' story, not his upcoming to being the Wonder Man, the superhero Wonder Man, not action star of Wonder Man, which granted, I think it's not one of the most popular stories in the world with Wonder Man because I don't think he's anybody. I don't know anybody who's a favorite of Simon Williams as Wonder Man.
Yeah.
But I do know that in the comics they have some correlation with Tony Stark and him being a failed experiment. Another thing that I'm now thinking about, we never found out how he got his powers.
No.
Not at all, which kind of pissed me off a little bit because it's like, if this is an origin story, we should find out how he got his powers and all that kind of stuff. Like, they had a mention of, like, yeah, he doesn't have any burns from the kitchen. How did that happen? Is it genetic? Is it artificial? Is it the same thing with Roxxon? Which the Roxxon nod. Holy crap. Dude, the Roxxon nod got me so hyped up because I was thinking, okay, this could go one or two ways. That this is going to be a story about Simon Williams investigating Roxxon. And then you have AIM being reintroduced because AIM was like a slight thing that was like, oh yeah, we're here for like 30 seconds and then we don't have to worry about us because AIM is not having to do anything with anything nefarious or anything like that. So I thought it was going to go that way. It did not, which I was really disappointed that it didn't because of the fact that we have this mysterious goo that unlocked Dorman's powers, all that kind of stuff. They could have done a lot more with that. That's just another grim and gripe I had about it because of the fact that it was just missing some form of a, I don't want to say an antagonist because we had the antagonist of Trevor Slattery, but we didn't have an antagonist of Simon Williams other than himself. To be kind of, honest, he didn't have anybody to fight against except himself. So I think overall it was a great show. Loved it. I loved how very minimalist they did. It didn't have to be this over extravagant show that everybody was going to be like, dude, you remember this thing? It's like, it's just something that you can sit there and appreciate. It's something that's a Marvel project, which I don't know if did they just now introduce like this whole Marvel Spotlight series, or is it just like
I think
something that they're just,
it's more of a recent thing. I think it started after Deadpool and Wolverine, so whatever shows came out after that, I think they're under the spotlight because I think Ironheart had that spotlight banner as well.
I don't know if it did, but I do like the fact that this is being more grounded in what a real life of a superhero / mutant could been, not something so extravagant as X-Men, right? That's the thing. I was thinking, it's like, okay, what's going on here? Because we don't have a single mention of the Avengers or anything of that's going on in the current world at all. Yeah. Not with Fantastic Four, which I was glad it was steering away from that, but it's kind of now at like the point of like, well, how is he going to get involved in Doomsday if he's now being confirmed for it? So it's like,
yeah,
where's the plot? Where's the plot being thickened?
Yeah, you did bring up a good point, but here's my theory about how Wonder Man got his powers. I do think when you brought it up with Roxxon being somehow tied into that, I think that is a possibility, especially because literally a whole entire episode was designated by a guy who got powers from Roxxon. But I'm thinking, since he had his powers so young, I'm thinking they're just going to make him a mutant.
I hope so. Because I think this is not going to be part of the thing where like the main characters are being recasted or anything. Like, this is something they're going to save for future projects. So I'm really glad that they are. But at the same time, knowing that this is not going to be a project that's going to be recasted, but it's going to have to be reshaped in some form to fit this recasting of Iron Man, recasting of Steve Rogers.
Right.
That makes me a little nervous because I'm like, okay, if that's true, are we going to keep this focus on people who remember their old life after Secret Wars? Because Secret Wars is basically the reset button on everything. So that's a part where I'm like, okay, if that's the case, we know Iron Man's dying. We know Captain America's dying. We know a lot of the main characters are going to die, except for probably Spider-Man, Black Panther, Wonder Man. I hope they keep... I don't know, man.
You think he's been around too long at this point?
I don't know where they could go with Benedict Cumberbatch after this. I'm not going to lie. There's not really much of a prospect that I could see. Other than the fact that they give him a multiversal variant that kills our version of Doctor Strange to be the better one because he opened the what's it called, the evil book, the Darkhold. That's what I'm thinking. Because we don't even know what other projects are going to be released between Doomsday and Secret Wars, because there's so much time still in between it, which I hope it's not a Doctor Strange project. I really don't. I think it needs to stay where it's at, where he's going on his own adventure and not being involved in anything. Not even Doom.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I don't even want anything in between those two movies, because I want it to be like Infinity War and Endgame, where we're literally mourning for a year before getting the resolution and not getting anything in between. Well,
I agree, but I would say the only project I'd be looking forward to, if it actually was announced or anything like that, I know we're getting a Young Avengers type situation somehow before Doomsday. What I would love, and I don't know how you're going to feel about this, is probably going to be a very hot take and controversial. What I would love is all the Young Avengers that we have right now. We have from, I don't want to say Kate Bishop, because Kate Bishop is a very difficult situation right now with Haley Steinfeld.
She was in college, I think, during the events of Hawkeye. So at
right,
this point,
but here's what I'm
older.
I get that, yes, but here's what I'm saying is that it's be very difficult to get Haley Steinfeld to film that character because she's pregnant right now. So it's like very hard to get that without having to do a lot of other work. So Speed and Wiccan, I definitely want to see them in a project together where they're older. Mm-hmm. Not this whole thing like House of M. If they did a TV show with them being that, I would love that. That would be fine. I'd be fine with that. I saw a post where it was AI generated of Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson and Ian McKellen all sitting in a room. I loved it.
Cool.
Even though it was all like AI generated, but a Young Avengers project to where what's her name in Thunderbolts, the president of the DOC,
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Yeah, De Fontaine, where she creates a sub-team called the Young Avengers with all these groupings of heroes that have been captured by the DOC, and she's giving them another chance, just like she tried to give the Thunderbolts. You see where I'm cooking with this?
Are you saying the DLC?
The DOC, the image of the DODC,
damage of the DLC the whole time. I was like, what?
No, the Department of Damage Control.
Yeah,
that the DODC. Tying that into the Wonder Man series and having that there as a foundation of a place of where, okay, the Thunderbolts have gone rogue and now the new Avengers need to take them down. Type situation. Like a Thunderbolts 2, practically, but in a TV show form. That I wouldn't be too mad with, and having Simon Williams being a mediator because of the DODC. So, all in all, I don't know where the Marvel Universe is going to go after this. I don't know if they're going to do another project. Apparently, there was a rumor going around that Doomsday is supposed to be a part 1 and part 2. I really hope not. It would be great if they did, but I really hope not because of the fact that that'd be too long of a wait of inner time position. And I feel like they'd be copying the Michael Jackson movie that's coming out.
I hope that Secret Wars is a part 1 and part 2, but not Doomsday.
Well, the thing is that I think they're going to be extending the Marvel universe that we have. I don't want to say the 616 because it's not the 616. Even Aman Vellali and Jochi Gomez knows it's not the 616, right? So, but I think they're extending projects beyond 2027 to keep this universe alive. But they're going to be, I don't know how they're going to do it. It doesn't really make much sense, but at the same time, we're not the ones making all this universe stay alive somehow.
Right.
But did you see that list of things that Kevin Feige confirmed before Avengers Doomsday? Like, did you see the point where it said Doom was thought about before Kang? I don't believe it.
Before Kang? No,
I don't.
There's no way that's true. But there's
no way.
I heard from the Escape podcast that I think Joe or Anthony Russo was on an interview, and they said that RDJ signed up to be Doom before they signed up to direct.
I don't know. That's something
So he really wanted to be Doom.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I'd have to see the paperwork for that to believe it. So, I mean, I don't know.
I'll bring the receipts next time.
Dude, you're like glitching out majorly. Dude, you're like so laggy. It's unbelievable.
As long as we're good on my end, because I'm the one recording, then we're good.
All right, well, you're like breaking up massively. But yeah, that's what I think about Wonder Man. Great show, peak show. What a great underdog show. It makes me super excited for Brand New Day. I hope they don't mess it up because of having a hype show and then having a really crappy movie.
Yeah.
But overall, great show. I'm gonna rate this a 10 out of 10 show. This is better than anything I've ever seen. It defied expectations. It didn't give us an expectation in the first place, which I really, really loved. But it defied expectations. It went above and beyond. Great directing, great cinematography, using all the things that it knew how to do with making movies great again and making TV shows great again. So, Destin Daniel Cretton, thank you so much for creating this wonderful masterpiece. I pray to God that this is going to be the same quality that we're going to get for Spider-Man Brand New Day. But that's my piece. That's my piece.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Only because of the lack of action. There's literally like that one action scene. And I guess we can go ahead and mention that one spoiler we were talking about. I think it's at the end of episode 7 when he just completely obliterates that soundstage. Bro. Peak. Literally all of his built up emotions up until that point just all coming out at once. And bro, I just love, like you were talking about earlier, with like the complexity of getting that shot made. I just love how they did not cut away at all until like the very end, and you can just see like the rage in his face. You can see stuff floating up behind him and just instantly turning to dust. Like, bro, like we were talking about, I want to know how he got his powers. I want to know what exactly the extent of his powers are. And absolute cinema. All I can say.
Peak show. Well, that's all for today on Wonder Man. We're going to be doing Send Help here in a little bit. So if you want to go find out what we think about Send Help, make sure to give a follow, like, subscribe, and share to everybody on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. We are really getting into these episodes. We are really trying to make this a continuous thing every week.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's I got to say, it's crazy that we're at this point where we're at a podcast. I'm not going to lie. Like, a podcast.
It's cool telling people, like you said, that we have a podcast.
It's so crazy. I told my coworker today, I was like, dude, yeah, like we've done this channel for over a year. I've done this channel I'm not in charge of it. I'm just letting, I've been a part of it for a little over a year, and we're doing a podcast. He's like looking at me like, dude, why do you not sound more excited than you actually are saying and like describing these things? I'm like, because it's just like casual. We're just been building up. I was like, dude, you have a freaking podcast on Spotify. What the heck?
Yeah, so it's definitely something to be proud of.
It is something very much to be proud of, and I'm so glad we are so blessed to be still here after all this time, effort, the tears, the anxiety, the laughter, the happy moments, all the things. We love y'all so much. Y'all are the ones that are giving us the motivation to do this every single day, and we also just do it for the love of the game because we just appreciate what people are putting out in art form for us to view with our eyeballs. So, thank y'all so much for watching. We hope to see you again. Like, subscribe, comment on what movie we should review next, and we will see y'all next time.
What the frick is going on, guys? Welcome back to Let Us Review Cinema. We are missing another person yet again, Mr. Jonathan. He decided not to go to the movies with us, and we saw Send Help, Sam Raimi's newest film, director of the greatest trilogy on Earth, Spider-Man. This movie stars Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. Is that her name?
That's right, yeah.
All right, Pete.
You're thinking of Amy Adams and Rachel McAdams. They both have the same last name. So that's the mistake I made on our last episode with Luke whenever we did the bracket thing. I said Rachel Adams instead of Rachel McAdams. So
Dude,
I do apologize. Even I make mistakes. So we'll get over that.
Dude, John Adams even has the same last name. And I get confused with all three of them.
Okay, that seems like more of a you problem. Two of them are actors. John Adams is not an actor.
He's also a dude, so that should have been the giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a penis. Anyway.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
That's wild.
We are going to review this movie, but before we do, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like seeing more of us, go check out our hour-plus long podcast episodes. They're on Spotify and YouTube. if you want to see us. But if you don't want to see us, but you still want to hear our pretty little voices, go over to Spotify. You'll get just as much fun over there. Mr. Whittaker.
I'm sure our voices aren't that pretty, honestly. This is it. Our voices are super unpretty, but hey, you get a lot of uncut stuff with those episodes. Just nothing is. It's all wild. Just no bars held. Just going crazy. But yes, Mr. Trevor, you were asking me something.
Mr. Whittaker, what do you rate Send Help?
Do I just want to give a number first, or do I want to give like a quick synopsis of why I'm giving it a number first?
Do whatever you feel like.
All right, I'm just going to start with the number because it seemed like it confused you a lot. This movie, I'm going to give a solid 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was another thing that I knew what I was going in for. Sam Raimi, I've watched a couple of his movies outside of the Spider-Man trilogy series with Tobey Maguire. Mm-hmm. I watched a couple of movies with Evil Dead and Bruce Campbell. Absolutely love his work. He's a very good practical horror director. And he obviously had that still in mind, which I'm so glad they were able to bring back a lot of more practical effects for this movie and not rely so much on CGI. But this movie as a whole, bombshell movie. It was so entertaining to watch. It kept you actively engaged because you knew this was going to be I wouldn't call it a horror movie per se, because it didn't really have many horror elements. It just had a lot of thriller elements as a whole. But I really loved how it kept you engaged. Trevor, with the entire time, was just sitting there so nervous, just like kind of curl up in a little ball because he didn't know what he was going to expect. He was so just like distraught.
I just the movie.
I love watching movies with Trevor that he does not particularly like to enjoy watching because I love seeing his reaction. It was the same thing for what was it? The
Conjuring.
The Conjuring. We were both just not in the mood for that movie. Not as bad. Hey, I'll tell you, did not get us as well as Sinners did. Sinners got us good. Bro. That was the first time I ever screamed in a movie theater because of that movie.
And
but
Weapons,
regardless
bro.
To say,
Weapons got us really well.
That's true. Yeah,
you spazzed out.
I mean, I did. I spazzed a little too much because Aunt Gladys terrified the freak out of me. But Send Help was a really good masterpiece. There was a couple things I didn't really like about the movie, but we'll get later on into those during the spoilers. But yeah, 9.5 out of 10 for this movie. But Trevor, what were your thoughts about the movie?
Oh yeah, I'm like right around the same range as you, but just so I don't give the same exact score as you, I'm gonna go 9.25. I'll go 0.25 less than you, and overall, throughout this movie, I was hooked the entire time. I really liked their choices of just going straight into it. They didn't do a whole lot of wasted character building, like wasted time doing that. They introduced you to the two main characters, and then they just dove straight right into the action, basically. That's what it felt like. I really like their choice of that. There's just one small thing about one of the characters that me and Whittaker talked about and both kind of agree on, and I just don't like, I guess, that choice or like that character trope about them, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we'll get into that. That's why I gave it 9.25. Mr. Whittaker, go ahead. Start just listing things that you really liked about the movie. It seems to be a lot.
All right, this is your spoiler warning for those of you who have not seen the movie. This is your chance to go get off the video or skip to later on when we have a different segment we're probably going to be going into. You got 2 seconds.
1, 2. All
right, moments passed. Let's get into one of the first memorable parts of the movie, the tuna sandwich on the lip moment. That part I loved a lot because it opened up a little bit of my sense of OCD a little bit. And so watching that scene, it was like, just like I was looking at the movie and I was thinking to Dylan O'Brien's character's moment. I was thinking like, dude, I would have just already just like, I'm going to stop you right there. And you get a little thing on your face. All right, continue. I don't really care what you have to say, but I'm just going to sit here and just be like, yeah, move on. So that was the first part that I really liked because it really opened up the OCD. And dude, the camera angles, how zoomed in and focused it was with such high quality on that, like that was a peak moment of cinematography for me that I really enjoyed. I'm sure another part for you that you also liked was the part whenever the
I'm sorry.
who's there?
My mom
Who's
just
there?
walked in.
Another scene I also enjoyed was the crash scene. Okay, there's some things I like and some things I didn't like. One of the things I really, really liked was the chaoticness of the scene, but I feel like there were some elements that were missing. I feel like there was a lot more to the pilots. We didn't see anything happening to the pilots during the entire going down scene. Like, we never saw anything with them, and I was maybe kind of like curious. I'm like, yeah, what happened to the pilots? Like, we're not going to show the pilots, like, at all, and all that kind of stuff. The violence of the scene where people are trying to survive, I really like the dynamic of that because it's probably what actually would happen. Also, the jump scare with the the what was it, the flight attendant with the practical effects. I love that part. I was like, ugh, I did not see coming at all because it was just like
when she got out of the water.
Yeah, like,
dude, that reminded me of Jaws. Whenever they're going to the abandoned ship and they see the dead guy just float up. It reminded me of that.
I think that reminded me more of Smile. You saw Smile, right? Where there's that one scene where the lady, she's going to her car and there's another lady walking there and the head just like swivels down. You know what I'm talking about?
No. I'll have to look it up.
It's a great. Yeah, I think Jonathan would know what I'm talking about, but he's not here, sadly, which would be a very rare moment for him. If he was actually here, he would know what we're talking about for once. No, we love Jonathan. Yeah, that was a good key moment there because it really kind of set the stage of what we knew was going to happen. For myself, I felt like this movie was like, for those of you who've seen Castaway with Tom Hanks, there's a scene that you probably know where, if anyone's seen it, they're going to know what I'm talking about, where after he knocks his tooth out with the ice skate and then he kind of passes out, there's a flash forward to 7 years later. I felt like this movie was probably that like 7 years later process of going mad, going crazy, all that kind of stuff, that is really kind of missed in a lot of like Castaway movies or, you know, movies about plane crashes on tropic islands or anything like that. So I really am glad they played into the actual psychology of that rather than the fact of, you know, saying, oh, they're just all going crazy. But the fact that Rachel McAdams' character has like been prepping for this for years.
Yeah.
Like, she's wanted to be on Survivor. Like, she already knows how to live here. And so that really kind of gave into the whole psychology of her just staying there because she doesn't have to worry about anything because she's already know what she's got to do for the rest of her life, which is just be there. And I think it was just also because of the fact she had a big crush on Dylan O'Brien's character, which, granted, that guy is hot. Dylan O'Brien, hot actor. But
It's so gay, bruh.
hey, shut up. Who else is in here?
What?
That's so weird.
Whatever.
Anyways, but I think overall it was a great movie that really played in psychology. I'll let you kind of get into other movies because I don't want to try to steal away from all the good moments in the movie. So, what was your?
I don't mind. You can keep bringing stuff up, and we can have a dialogue about it if you want. Or
right. What did you feel like was the kind of like the highlight of the movie for you? Like the part that really got you invested?
Definitely the I think you know.
Oh.
I think you know what scene I'm talking about.
The castration. Oh my God, dude. I am still like, every time I think about that scene, I am still cringing from it. Not like a bad cringe, but it's like oh my gosh, dude. Like, what a wicked way for that movie to be like, oh, it was not really happening. It was just a rat.
Yeah.
She was cutting into a rat. And I was so like, brother, what? I can see why it says send help because we're going to need it after this movie.
Yeah.
We're going to need some professional help after this movie.
Yeah. That definitely actually
dude,
wasn't my favorite scene. I was just making a joke.
Oh.
If that was my favorite scene, I should look into my sexuality.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. But you just want me to say you just want me to say castration. Because it has to do with the penis, right?
Yeah.
Will you kiss your mama with that mouth?
Who is that?
What the?
Did you let someone into this call? Trevor.
No, we're the only two in here. It's just us two.
Okay, well that's odd.
What the balls, bro?
What the balls?
Anyway.
Okay, bruh.
Who is that?
What the frick?
What the heck is going on? Okay.
Anyways,
Tell me a little bit more how you felt about the movie, other than that scene.
I feel like the best scene, probably the one that stuck out to me the most, was the plane crash scene, just because it felt so realistic. It reminded me kind of like an R-rated version of the plane crash scene from Iron Man 3. Just, the side of the door rips open, everyone's getting sucked out, and not in a gay way, but yeah, and sucked off.
That wasn't
No,
necessary
okay,
with
yeah,
that.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna.
the
Whoever
bit,
is there,
for the
I'm pretty
bit.
sure he's not gonna respond
For the bit.
to-
It was for the bit, dude. I'm sorry.
Anyways, yeah, that. I feel like there could have been a little bit more with that scene, though. I'm not gonna lie. The point where the suspenders were like holding that one guy, I was like, that. I don't know about that, but it was
Yeah.
funny. It was funny. To kind of, I like how horror movies. I like how horror movies are. I don't know if this has always been the case, so I'm not gonna say this has always been the case. But I like the fact there are moments in horror movies that I've recently seen that I'm actually able to laugh through them and not just be scared the entire time. So I'm glad they're adding an element of comedy that doesn't really take away from the movie. I mean, other than the very end, that was the point I was like, really?
Yeah, the
We're-
ending
we're
was
gonna do it?
weird. Like,
I
I just
know.
don't
It's like,
understand it. Like, why cut away from it? We've been with.
yeah.
These are literally the two main characters. We've been with both of them for probably equal amounts, and when one of them dies, you don't even show it.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know. I definitely feel like I was taken aside after that ending that I don't think was meant to be had. It's like I think you're supposed to see things through Rachel McAdams' point of view, but I honestly was just like, I don't really like her. It's like I feel like she's more unlikable than Daniel O'Brien's character. So I was like,
Dylan
I don't know about that. Dylan, sorry, not Dalen, Daniel. Dylan O'Brien. Sorry. One of my coworkers is actually going to murder me for saying that. She's a very, 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 very big Dylan O'Brien fan. So,
You're done.
But-
You're fired.
I'm done. I'm fun. Might as well start using Letterbox now.
Bro, facts. It helps me out a lot.
Well, that's because you're not as knowledgeable as I am. But even
You-
then, I still make mistakes.
It literally.
I make mistakes. but I
Every
know when to
actor you've
correct them.
named in the past month. Okay, I'll
Not
say
every actor.
45% of the actors you've named in the past month. You've gotten their
Try
names wrong.
35. For 35.
That is still way too high of a number.
Okay, maybe not 35. Let's say 33 because that still leaves 67%. That's still just being said regularly.
Yeah, the ending was weird, especially the end of the ending with the Deadpool fourth wall break. Not
Yeah,
really
I feel like it wasn't really necessary in my eyes. It was not like a thing where I was like, "Oh, fourth wall break." It was like, really, fourth wall break? What are we doing here? Like, that doesn't really seem necessary, but okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I did like how they blended the very ending of Dylan O'Brien's Dylan O'Brien.
There you
Just
go.
making sure you're hearing it right.
There you go.
Dylan O'Brien's
I'm making
character.
sure you're saying it right.
I did have like they transitioned that to a good fast moment to where it didn't take forever. You kind of comprehend what was going on. Because of the fact that it was a golf club. I didn't even really notice it was a golf club until that transition, which was like, I was thinking it was like I don't know, like a polo stick, like like horse polo. You know what I'm talking about? I thought that's what it was, but now knowing it's a golf club, I was like, oh, okay, well that was kind of ironic now, isn't it? Because he was looking for someone that actually knew how to golf. Whatever. I mean,
And now she
overall, but now she does. Yeah, no, she does. Voice crack central.
Whatever. Whatever. Frick you.
How did you feel? I want to know how you felt about this scene. The whole bloody, gory, just like hair ripping, eye gouging. I want to know what your thoughts were on that, because I remember being in the theater. I was very vocal whenever I was reacting to that scene. I was like, "Oh, ooh, ah," but I wasn't really paying attention to what you were reacting like. So I want to know how you were feeling, what you were thinking in your brain whenever all the things happened. Just like play by play. I wanted to know the play by play on your mind during that scene.
What was the first? Was the first one the? I think they were biting each other at one point.
I think the first thing they did was tackle each other, and then the hair pull was like the first thing out of Rachel McAdams. I think it was, because after the hair pull, she bit down into his shoulder. I think it was his right shoulder.
Right. Or and then she bit his hand, then he pulled her hair, then she bit his shoulder.
No, yeah.
And then he
because of the ring.
He did the eye gouging, bro.
Eye gouging was crazy, bro. That was so wild.
I can watch like a lot of gory like movie stuff, but if someone goes for the eyes, bro, I gotta look away. I was like, that's literally the most disgusting thing you can do to someone.
It's so funny. I actually watched Django Unchained last night. I know during Black History Month, it's crazy, but. But I was watching that, and I remember the scene where they're getting to I think it's a hotel or someplace with Leonardo DiCaprio, Missio Candy, and they're doing the fight in the hotel room. And that eye gouging scene, I was like, I don't remember it being that like minimal with eye gouging, and I felt like there was something missing with that scene when I was watching the movie again last night. I was like, oh yeah, Send Help did a lot better than what Django Unchained did.
Showed it up close.
Yeah, the practical effects, that was the part I was like, whoa, how did they do that? Because that had to been like a split, masking of like a practical doll or something like that to get that effect. Because surely they wouldn't do that to Rachel McAdams' eye. That would ruin her entire career.
If she's a method actor, she would have done it. But
she's Jared Leto.
She's a wuss now, actually.
A wuss? What do you mean? What? That wuss did Mean Girls. Also did The Notebook. Like, what do you mean a wuss? Dude, she's a famous celebrity.
Speaking of those, getting into my negative. Thank you for the great segue, Mr. Whittaker. I do not buy Rachel McAdams as a total nerd / dweeb, because in Mean Girls she was like the popular girl, if I'm not mistaken. In The Notebook she was also like a pretty wealthy, popular, like everyone knew her. And even in Doctor Strange, she's like popular among the doctors. Doctor Strange loves her. And in this movie she's just a total nerd. Like, it reminded me of watching Jamie Foxx play Electro.
A good segue from Django right there, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like literally like watching that. Like, I know they're trying their hardest to show that they can do that, but I just don't buy it at all, just based on how I've seen their other performances.
Yeah, I guess there's just sort of like a really weird stereotype in the movie scene with having people who are like really obsessed with something, having glasses, having like greasy hair, all that kind of stuff. For me, it did remind me of Jamie Foxx's Electro, but more than that, it reminded me of Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3 more than anything.
Yeah.
Like that was the one I was more like, okay, I can see it. But overall, it wasn't really like a nerd type thing. It was just like a really boring aunt, like has got nothing going on with her life. She's working this dead end job for years and years and years, hoping to get a promotion. And she's got obsessed with like cats or birds or whatever. What she had a bird for a pet. But apart from that, I don't really think that was her true character, Just like in the same with Iron Man, like he was not this crippled guy, but he's this genius, all that kind of stuff, which really is going to bring me to the next point on the whole when they're drunk scene, like the fruit, the banana drunk wine or whatever, or the toilet wine is what they called it. That entire scene where she kind of like says, I've never told anybody this about her husband dying in the accident from being a bad man. I don't really think he was a bad man. I just think that she is just this manipulator, because throughout the entire movie, she's having to manipulate Daniel O'Brien's character to convince them, like, oh, we don't need to leave. We got everything we got.
Dylan O'Brien.
Sorry. I don't know where I'm getting Daniel O'Brien. I'm probably thinking of Daniel O something. I think of another actor or another someone else in there. Dylan O'Brien's character. Sorry, my bad. I'm giving you a lot of work to do.
No,
with
I'm not
editing.
editing
Sorry.
that out.
But there was a lot of manipulation in this game that made me think, okay, what's her goal here? Like, that made me also think, okay, was there also a thing where she manipulated the father of the company, like the head of the CEO, before he died to get that promotion?
Oh, maybe
as well.
Yeah, because
or is she just trying
even
to
associated with the CEO? You know, like
I don't know.
We don't even get an explanation.
We barely got a Bruce Campbell cameo in that one. I don't really count that one as a cameo because we did not see him. But I'm guessing there's like a deleted scene or something with him, that there's a flashback to that or whatever. I don't know. I really hope it's just a deleted scene. But I would love to hear Bruce Campbell's voice again in a Sam Raimi movie.
Dude, he's got such a unique voice. I remember playing the Spider-Man 3 game on the Wii, and he's like the narrator for the tutorial. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think he was also in one of the Lego Batman games, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember which character he is, but I remember hearing his voice like very prominently during one of those games. I could be wrong, or it was maybe another video game or something like that. I can't remember what game it was. I remember it was a video game growing up as a kid. For those of you who don't know, I'm 20 years old. I'm not as young as I look, despite the clean-shaven appearance or anything like that. But yeah, Bruce Campbell has always been a standout voice or a standout character as a whole because he is really good at what he does, which it's a kind of more of a watered down version of method acting. He just knows how to really get into character rather than trying to become the character. But yeah, also going back to Rachel McAdams, I didn't really feel like she was kind of like trying to give the character aspect that we were looking for. There was just something that was missing, but I'm glad they really played into the psychology of her being just crazy. Just wanted to stay at that island, even though that's not really what she wanted. She wanted to be on Survivor. That's I'm really trying to come to terms with. Like, why would you? Yes, you have the experience that you would need to just continue to win Survivor, but why would you just want to stay there? You know, like, honestly, it makes sense because she had really nothing back to go to. She was not going to get that job promotion at all. She knew that she was not going to be promoted whatsoever. And I think that was also just a way for her to get payback without there being any consequences. To Dylan O'Brien's character.
There you go. There you go.
But another negative I had about this movie was the whole mansion part. Like,
yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere.
I didn't get that. I didn't really understand that because of the fact that, like, sure, yeah, there are hundreds of islands on the world and all that kind of stuff, and just like out of all the ones they could have crash landed in the Gulf of, I think it's Gulf of
Thailand.
I don't know. It was Gulf of Thailand or something like that. You have a mansion just like on the island. Like, okay, like we could have done something a little bit more, but it was a good plot point, but it didn't really execute the satisfaction that it needed having a mansion there that I feel like they could have used to lock him. She could have used to lock him in there, even though he would have everything they would need, but it's still that trapped feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I knew that X on the island was going to be a good direction point. From the moment they gave that big old zoom out of the island, I saw the X there, and I'm like, yeah, that's going to be something. That's not just there. You know, that's not a character trait of the island. That is a big plot point.
It was a little too obvious, a little on the nose.
Yeah, and it was like even the point whenever they were climbing up the hill, and she's saying like, "Oh, don't go over there. That's where the thorn bushes are." I was like, she's hiding something. Yeah.
I thought she was being for real, but then like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess looking back after knowing that that's where the mansion's at, it's like, oh, she was trying to keep him away from like safety, trying to keep him away from back to like sort of a
comfort was what she was trying to keep him away from, to being in that position of being in authority. But it's back to the positives on Dylan O'Brien. I've only seen him in a very select few movies. I've seen him in all the Maze Runner movies. I loved him in that series. For that era of dystopian futuristic movies, all that kind of stuff. Apart from that, I can't remember what else I've seen him in. It wasn't Bullet Train. That was Logan Lerman.
Him and Logan Lerman look very similar.
No, they
very
don't.
similar.
They look nothing alike, bro.
Well, imagine if they were playing brothers, it would be very like sure,
It'd be a little
I could see it.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's where they look a little bit alike. Other than that, I'm trying to remember what else I've seen him in. I know he's been in a couple action movies. He was in Infinite with
Teen Wolf.
Yes, that was another thing. He was in Infinite with Mark Wahlberg. Did you see that movie?
No.
No, he was like the super soldier or whatever. He's in another movie with Michael Keaton where he's also playing like an army guy or something like that, like a super weapon, superhuman weapon or something like that. Mm-hmm. Very like Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw type stuff. But yeah, I really liked his performance in this. It made me want to side with him because of the fact that like that situation that he was in where he's like, this guy is trapped. Sure, like he's a jerk and a butthole. I'm not gonna say the other word because I've been kind of berated a little bit more because of my language. So shut up, Captain America. But I really liked how I sided with Dylan O'Brien's character towards the very end rather than with Rachel McAdams. Because honestly, Rachel McAdams' character was just annoying. Like she just wouldn't die. You know, it's like you've had everything coming at you, and I think there was a little bit of a disadvantage there too that was like kind of meant for Dylan O'Brien's character. Because honestly, if you think about it, if you're a man trapped with a woman on an island, and like sure one of you is thriving but the other isn't, like one of them is going to be at a disadvantage because of the fact that the other one isn't thriving, he's still recovering from that injury. But I really think he could have taken her. Like honestly, out of necessity, he could have just ended her completely.
Yeah, well,
but
I don't know, only because, she's lived her whole life training to be like the survivalist person, and he's kind of like, I don't want to say snotty-nosed rich kid, but he's like the rich kid who got to where he's at because he's the son of a rich guy and hasn't really earned anything on his own, which makes sense why he wouldn't know what to do on the island. So I can see with her training why she was able to overpower him, but it's also Dylan O'Brien versus Rachel McAdams. It's a little hard to believe that.
Right. That was the part I was struggling with, was the physicality between the two. Yeah. Like, sure, Rachel McAdams looked like she was in great shape, but Dylan O'Brien still looked like he was a lot bigger. And just like stronger.
She was missing
physically.
an eye during the final battle.
Yeah, like, well, she wasn't missing an eye. It was just very much injured. Just very injured eye.
We'll consider that a missing an eye.
But yeah, other than that, I thought the movie was great. The conversations that they had was great. Just for the dialogue of two people that wasn't really having much that was distracting of the part where the fiance came in, which also that was just like, really? The fiance? Like, it just felt like a cute out moment. It's like, why are you here? Like, I knew from the moment where the fiance showed up on that little boat, I was like, yeah, they dying. And they ain't getting out of the island.
When they showed up, I didn't know if any of that was real at first. I was like, is she like hallucinating? Because that's probably like the worst case scenario that could come for Rachel McAdams' character. But I don't know. I feel like it's also really believable in which that his fiance would be the last person looking for him, because he doesn't have any family really anymore. And all of his close friends are probably very close to him because he's super rich and the CEO of a company, because like he hired his best friend as his vice
from
president,
college.
So I feel like
another thing
that's
too,
the only person he has left.
Yeah, apart from his mother, which we don't know what, there was not really any
subcontext
of the mother was still alive or not for Dylan O'Brien's character. But something that also kind of struck me as kind of weird, I don't know if you caught onto it as well, was the transition at the very end from whenever Dylan O'Brien dies. I say die because we don't really know what happened to him, other than the fact
he's
that
definitely dead.
He probably is definitely dead, but we didn't actually see him die. Not saying that we probably will see him back, but I'm not sure. There's no like confirmed that he's dead or if he's alive.
This isn't a Marvel movie, bro.
I know, but
he's dead.
Okay. Just entertain the possibility. Okay. Don't have to just entertain the idea. Okay.
Potentially.
It's potential.
Alive.
We didn't even see him get hit in the head. I'm not like we didn't see the contact. The only contact we saw was with the golf ball, not with his head.
Yeah.
But apart from that, that's made me start to think: how did she get off the island?
My guess is that she just waited out at the mansion until another one of those boats came by, like the delivery
I was thinking
boats.
I was thinking the exact same thing because there was not, or it was the search party that was looking for them.
Oh yeah, and maybe
That's what I'm thinking
for the
because
fiance too, because she gone.
yes, but that's the thing too. I'm really curious about is the fact that she had all this stuff set up, right? But we weren't given a time period on what it looked like after the events of killing Dylan O'Brien's character or anything like that. But it's like, how do you try to hide all those bodies? You have 3 dead people on a very small island. 2 of them are one of them is washed up on the shore. That Dylan O'Brien found his fiance was still on the shore. We don't know what happened to the guy who drove the boat. We don't know where his corpse is. But how do you try to hide a body on? Oh, the hogs.
Oh, probably.
Oh, that would make
bro,
sense. The wild
when it
boars.
showed the fiance's hand sticking out of, that was disgusting to watch. First of all,
Yeah.
but that got me thinking: was she buried under the sand, or did her hand freaking break off of the rest of her body and was just sticking out?
I don't know. I think that was her burying her because it does not. It's not. That's like a very like
Nasty.
it's a nasty thing to do, but that kind of ties into the question of like, has she done this before? Has she like killed people that have just been that have wronged her before?
Her husband.
Her husband, i.e., or Dylan O'Brien's character. So that's the thing I'm trying to come to terms with. Is she a serial killer? Or is she just someone who really had a backup plan on surviving an island this entire time? Like, she was planning, like, to do this. I don't know. We got this outdoorsy vibe from her, for sure. Like, she doesn't like staying in the city. She like going out to Yellowstone, all these different parks and Yosemite, all those kinds of things. I'm just curious if that was her fallback in case she ever got caught, was just go live alone in the wilderness of any place. Also, another key part I just now remembering, the very first wild boar scene with all the blood, dude.
Snot, bro.
The snot, the mouth goo. Like, what a peak scene for that one. Like, that was a good practical like blood effect that didn't really have to rely so much on CGI, but it kind of did rely on CGI. Like, all the animals probably had to rely on CGI at that point. But that was also negative. It was very hard to look at the pig just like as a whole. It was not really just like something you were like,
not the prettiest
I don't
thing.
believe that.
It's no
not the
Miss
prettiest
Piggy.
thing to look
It's
at.
no Miss Piggy.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay.
If you know, you know. No, I'm joking. Yo, chill.
Well, are you also referencing the fact that Miss Piggy was just in another episode of the Muppets with Sabrina Carpenter?
I heard about that.
No?
I saw a TikTok ad about that.
I saw one too. I don't know what they're doing, but I mean, the Muppets and Sabrina Carpenter, do they not know what her songs are about? Are we sure we want to be giving that message to kids? Come on, Disney, kind of slipping here.
The agenda.
The agenda is being lost. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a great movie. I really enjoyed the cinematography of it, how it was set up. The story was definitely there. There was a lot of things that kind of made you think deeper into the story and the character. Dude, I feel like after watching Wonder Man, I'm very much like Simon when it's like dissecting characters and all that kind of stuff. I'm like doing mental notes and all that kind of stuff, which I really love. That I'm actually like adapting that part of my lifestyle, taking on character traits from different characters. But yeah, really loved the movie. Loved everything about it. Again, 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Yes, 9.25 for me. This is my favorite movie of the year. I still don't think it's the best movie of the year. I think Dead Man's Wire is still the best, technically. But
so good.
This is my favorite movie of the year.
Did we ever review Dead Man's Wire?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we?
It's on the channel. You haven't watched it. That makes sense.
I'm trying to remember when we did it.
Because John was going to different parts of his room. because he hadn't seen
Oh,
it.
that's right. My bad. I completely left my mind. I'm so sorry about that, Trevor.
forgive
I
you.
did watch it. I just
No, you didn't.
I this
No,
this
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, cool. Whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Good movie. Highly recommend for people. I'm probably going to try to get my parents to watch it with me so I could just stare at them the entire time during the moments where it's like the really intense stuff's going to happen. They'd be like, my mom, she'll probably be like, "Oh, no, I'm leaving."
Are they into those kind of movies at all?
No, they just always ask me if I go see a movie, it's worth watching. Like my dad, he wanted to go see
Okay.
Marty Supreme, and I'm being very minimal with the detailing on that movie because I want him to
Yeah.
experience it. It was the same thing for Deadpool and Wolverine because like I just can't watch. It's too many crude jokes. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Like I can understand that part, but hopefully I get to watch it with them, especially being an AMC A-list member. I got 4 free movies a week. We ballin', y'all. We ballin'. We ballin'. But all in all, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to go like, subscribe, and share to all your friends. Also, let us know what other movies we should review as well. We'll be doing another segment kind of soon on Throwback Thursdays, to where we go back and do reviews of older movies, and by older I mean older than 2 years old and beyond, because that's still nostalgic in my eyes. COVID kind of did a little bit of a year bender on me, so 2020. But yeah, make sure to go like on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. We love y'all so much. Peace out.
Ooh.